Hi, I'm Randy Gardiner. I help CEOs and their leadership teams grow their business. It's almost the 2020s. It's only weeks away. As such, you're probably in the final stages of finishing your annual plan, right? Or maybe you're thinking about doing a little bit longer term planning, perhaps some strategic planning. If you're like most CEOs that I know, doing longer range planning with your executive team can be extremely challenging. Why? It's hard getting everybody on the same page. Perhaps not too long ago you tried some longer range planning with your team and they couldn't get into the weeds fast enough. That's typical. It wasn't too long ago that I did some work with a relatively large company that had an exceptional executive staff, many with graduate degrees and trained in critical thinking. But after a few minutes of our discussion, they couldn't get into solving operational problems fast enough. Why? It's what they do. It's what we do day to day, week to week. We solve operational problems and try to move the business ahead on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. Strategic and long-term planning doesn't happen often, so we're not skilled at it. So what the problems are is that, one, you need a structured framework to guide your thinking through a process till you reach a logical conclusion for a strategy for your business. Secondly, we have to make sure that your cores are in place. What are the cores? The cores are your core purpose for being in business, your core values as a business, and how your team works together, with a laser focus on your core customer. And you also have to know and intimately understand your core strengths and core capabilities. Lastly, you need someone to help facilitate you through this structured process, a coach. That will be the most effective way that you're going to put a long-term plan in place. So if you don't have a framework for productive discussions, you will struggle to discover your DNA in a methodical way. So how? Where do I begin? This is where the value of having a hired coach comes in. My processes and tools will help bring your team together more efficiently to discover your DNA and where to place your bets in the future. Place my bets? What does that mean? Nothing in business is guaranteed, and every business has a limited amount of resources. And you want to be able to place those resources where the odds are you are going to win. A growth coach helps you develop your game plan for the future more effectively and more efficiently and get you back onto the field and into the game. My client, with that exceptional team, has used this process for decades, and they have grown steadily, profitably, and they choose. Yes, they choose which markets they're going to play in and which ones they're going to dominate. Structured thinking is the foundation of effective strategic planning, and one that you can implement. Take this assessment. It comes with a complimentary review with me. Thanks.